From our perspective, when you hear sort of quotes, this happens at draft time a lot, but you hear these sort of anonymous quotes, right? Scouting quotes and whatever. And
Sure.
From our perspective, a lot of them are generally sort of, it's more us ridiculing the crazy anonymous quotes that come our way. But I'm curious at this. Kirk Cousins, I think, the one thing almost everybody in the world would agree on with Kirk Cousins is he belongs firmly in tier 2. And no matter what your definition is, that's where he is. He's not tier 1. He's better than tier 3. He is the definition of a tier 2 quarterback. But I'm curious, when you're talking to these guys, do they have any particularly good way of articulating why? Because it can be very difficult to pin down exactly what it is about Kirk Cousins that like locks him so firmly into that area.
So he, in the quarterback tiers, he's always been a guy straddling 2 and 3, and I think that
literally 25 and 25. Sorry, Mike. 25-2 and 25-3 for votes this year.
Yeah, exactly. He's exactly so, and he's been in recent years. He's actually been in the top of 3. So, I think that people have felt as though he sort of wilts under pressure. I don't mean just the pressure of like the primetime thing. I mean like when it's in the rush is in his face. He's not necessarily the guy you want, in there, and he's not going to create anything beyond the play on his own. But I think he's seen as a really proficient passer when things are right. Probably better than most of the guys in tier 3 in his ability to pass. But then he's going to confound you. And one of the examples in this piece was, I thought one of the great quotes I thought in it was, "This is Kirk Cousins. I mean, leads maybe the greatest comeback in the history of the league, and then on the final play in the playoff game on 4th and 8, he throws a 4-yard check down to a guy who's going to get tackled right away, and that's the frustration."
Did you watch that quarterback documentary, the Netflix thing?
It's on my list. I've heard it's really makes him look good, and people, think might improve his image.
Yeah, it does. And I don't think it's necessarily just that. I think any sort of in-depth thing with Kirk Cousins, I tend to come away like at least more intrigued by him than I was before I started. And the reason I bring it up is because that documentary kind of runs through that play. And it's sort of like, because obviously at the time, everyone's like, well, this is Kirk Cousins in a nutshell. Like, what is he doing? Throwing his check down, had no chance of working out. And Cousins kind of says, he sort of brings you through his mindset, and you see the play again. And he was like, well, the pressure was coming through. Like, he had to get rid of the ball when he did. There was no extra time involved there, certainly not with his degree of escapability. The ball needed to come out. And he said, Justin Jefferson on that side was double teamed, and he essentially made the split-second calculation that there's a better chance Hawkinson breaks a tackle, 4 yards short of the line and gets the first down than there is Justin Jefferson coming down with this double team, covered play. Yeah. Either way, the ball's got to come out immediately. And you can kind of say, okay, at the minimum, that's a reasonable, supposition to come to in that situation.
Yeah. All of these guys can explain it all perfectly. They can all tell their coaches exactly why they did what they did.
Right.
And Derek Carr's another one who can have the exact perfect explanation for why he threw it out of bounds on 4th down when they were down by 4 points. Those are the guys who do it.